week for some of these stocks like Tesla that could potentially hit all-time highs this week if we can break some key resistance areas. We're also going to go over the bigger names, NVIDIA, AMD, Apple, Meta as well. Huge reversal on Meta, see if that can continue, Microsoft, and much more. We'll try to keep the video right around 10 minutes, so we'll go over key support, resistance levels, price predictions on some of the stocks that we're looking out for this week. So smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching. Comment the stocks down below that you want in the next video. Let's get this video over 50 likes within 5 hours. So about 10 likes an hour, easy to do. There you go. So let's start off with Tesla. So Tesla has a couple things that I'm looking out for this week. This is a first resistance area right around 457.38, 457.40. I do want Tesla to break this area this week. I actually want Tesla to continue on with this strength. I don't want it to come down and break the support at 430. So as long as we can continue this strength, I'm looking for Tesla to try to hit all-time highs this week if we can really get that strength. If we start to come down a little bit, it might not do it till the week after because it's going to slow Tesla down. But if Tesla can keep this strength, I'm looking pretty much for strength on Tesla. But we have to stay above that support at 430. So mainly calls on Tesla, but also shorter term, if we have like some red tomorrow, I might look for Tesla to kind of dip back down below like 445 for shorter term plays. Long term plays, I have the long term shares and holding those. NVIDIA is still pretty slow. Nothing really going on with NVIDIA, same levels. Nothing really like high probable. The only thing I'm kind of looking out for NVIDIA is like shorter term plays, as in scalping, right? Take like 5-10 minutes, and then I'm just done. So no real big plays on NVIDIA, just purely scalping. I scalp every morning the market is open. Make sure you guys join the Discord, first in that description. But we have support around 180.30 and resistance around 183.65. So until we get some bigger movements on NVIDIA, it's pretty much just going to be scalping season. No big buys just yet. AMD as well did not move all week last week. If you look at like the 15-minute chart and you zoom out, you see how stagnant AMD has been in here. So we just want to be careful. No bigger plays on AMD either. We want to make sure that AMD has more direction, and right now we don't have that. So we have our bigger support, bigger resistance, and that's pretty much it on the AMD front. SMCI trying to get a little strength, but we have to break that 35 area. If we can try to break that this week, it's pretty close to it. I'm gonna see if SMCI can go up to like the $40 range. That's about a 13% gain just off shares, and then hopefully it can push more. We'll see, but I want to stay above this smaller support area right around 33.20 for it to be a little more high probable of SMCI getting like a potential reversal push. So I want to stay above this support area around 33.20. So we'll see if we can do that for this week and break that resistance area to continue that strength. CRWV did good for us. We did buy shares. We are in profit. It is testing that resistance at 88.70. So we want to see Monday for it to break through that to see if we can get up to my target of about $100. We have been taking profit on CRWV. I literally told you I was going to get shares, looking for it to push. I wanted to stay above the support, and it's literally doing all that. So congrats if you want off that. But yeah, so that's pretty much CRWV. It's trying to still continue that push up to those higher prices. MU resistance 240.15. Let's move support to about 228.65. Let's see if MU could break this resistance on Monday. I wouldn't buy calls just yet. I want to wait because there's another area of resistance kind of like around this area, and if that broke, then I would probably look to calls for MU to hit all-time highs. So let's see if MU can continue that strength. We really wanted to break that 240.15 for tomorrow, which will show some strength on MU for those all-time highs. Even Intel, we have pulled down off that resistance after this nice movement, never chased it, has some pull down that's very good, but now Intel has two resistance areas, one at 43.55 and another one at 44.40. If we can break both of those, then I'm gonna assume that Intel's ready to go up to like the 47 mark, so that might be a potential call option play for me. Then you have your two supports down here as well, but let's see if Intel can kind of continue that strength after this little slowdown. The more it drops, the less probable that it might want to continue that strength and break up, right? We want like a small drop off Intel, no real bigger drops off of it to kind of keep that strength. Qualcomm broke resistance areas. New resistance on Qualcomm is about 175.75. Then you also have another one at about 177.40. Then your bigger support is about 163.85. No real bigger plays I see on Qualcomm. I just want to update it because I haven't talked about it in a while. Let's go over Palantir. Palantir continuing some strength. Let's see if it can break this big resistance area this week, 189.40. If we can break that, I might look for calls above this area to maybe get around the 200 mark. So that might be a play for me. But other than that, in between here, there's not really much I'll do with Palantir. Then, of course, you still have your bigger support around 166.20 on Palantir for now. SoFi had a bigger drop, still between these supports and resistance levels, so no real big updates on SoFi right now. Let's go over some of the Mag 7s. Apple's kind of dropping. We have a support around 276.60. If we break that, I'll probably look for like shorter term plays, as in scalping. Like I said, I scalp every morning the market is open. You get to see that first in the description. Make sure you guys join the Discord to really build that independence, understand how the market works. But we have that support, so that's one thing I'm looking out for. The second thing I'm looking out for is if Apple can get some strength, I'll probably play some shorter term calls to get up to the 282s. And then if we break the 284s, I'll play some calls to all-time highs. So Apple's probably going to be some decent plays this week for scalping that we're going to be looking out for. Meta's still continuing the strength. We want to see if Meta could reach up in the $700 mark-ish. So looking for, actually, let me turn that orange for target. We want to see if Meta can continue. So I would like to see Meta stay above around 669 for like a smaller support, and then if it does that, I'm thinking about getting some calls to 700. Then if it breaks that support, I would just cut the calls. So that's what I'm thinking about Meta. We did buy Meta long-term shares down here, so that was a good buy. Those shares are doing very good. That's why I say, could we do long-term shares, swings, everything? Mainly a scalper, but this long-term buy here is phenomenal on Meta. Literally reversed like a couple of days later. That was very powerful. But yeah, that's what I'm looking out for Meta for this week. Microsoft still pretty in a nasty range. Still same resistance, same support. Nothing big on the Microsoft front. Google McDougal support is about 316.25. If we break that, then I'm going to assume Google wants to go down below 313. Or if we break 327.55 resistance, I'm going to assume Google wants to go to all-time high. So that let me know what I can play on Google depending on what level kind of breaks this week. But a little bit of slow up in here. We would like Google to continue reaching up to all-time highs. Long-term shares are booming on Google, and then I'll scalp the calls for like all-time highs on Google too. So that's kind of the main thing. Amazon, I do want to buy some long-term shares of Amazon around the 200 mark. So I do want the market to kind of pull down. But we have support around 222.60 and resistance around 233.54. There's nothing really to do on Amazon until we kind of break one of these areas. So kind of like a no man's land on Amazon right now of like any high probable plays. But of course, I'll try to scalp it. We'll look at like some high optimal scalps would do, but more as in like swings or like long-term shares. Nothing really on like that front right now that just kind of is like sticking out to me right now. Did we go over Microsoft? Yeah, we did go over Microsoft. Microsoft don't have too much. Gold, pretty stalled. Hasn't moved in about a week. So nothing new on gold. Also silver. Looking for silver. Silver did hit new all-time highs. So I want to move this resistance level up to about 53.35. So if we break this 53.35 area of resistance on silver, like say tomorrow, then I might be looking for calls for silver to continue that higher push. And then we also have a support on silver around 52.05. So we want to stay above the support like Monday, Tuesday, and we actually want to come back and break resistance. If we could do that, then I'm looking forward to reach back above like $54 to $55 is like kind of like the target. So looking for some potential calls on silver. Bitcoin, we did buy some more Bitcoin in like the 85,000. So that was a good buy. I am looking to buy some more crypto since Bitcoin is down now. I think Bitcoin can get back up to the 150. So depending on whatever the average is, because I'm going to keep buying, I'm looking for like over 60% gains on Bitcoin. So yeah, looking to buy some more Bitcoin as it's still down. And also the levels are the same for now on Bitcoin, and also Ethereum levels are the same, but I'm looking to buy some Ethereum. Actually, new resistance level on Ethereum is around 3,130, and then support is still 280. I mean 2,800. But looking to buy some Ethereum as well, maybe even some Solana, Link USD to get some gains off those. But they're still kind of in a slow range right now of crypto. And then Coinbase isn't that bad. I wanted it to go below 200. Little slow. I am thinking about a potential buy on Coinbase. Same levels on Coinbase, by the way, and also MSTR might be something soon. But I would like MSTR to kind of break a key resistance area and then turn bullish. And for now, that key resistance area is around 201.55. So once we break that, then I'll be looking for like higher side push. And then hood, resistance level, support are the same. No real big movements in between here. Still got holding some profits off hood, but there's nothing big that I would do in this range of hood. And then if we look at the S&P 500 resistance level, I'm gonna actually leave it there, but support will be around 684.85. And then let me just put a secondary support just in case we have like pull down. It'll be around 681.70. The S&P 500 is the ETF you should be watching out for every day. It can help you out a lot. Okay, so make sure you guys join the team. First in the description. Always remember, not recommendation of ours, so anything just for educational purposes only. So do not trade anything you see or hear in the video. Catch you guys on the next one.